As 2022 has come to an end, it is of course time to talk about the movies that stuck out to me the most. 2022 wasn't my absolute favorite year for movies, but there were still some gems that came out throughout the year. I did have a few honorable mentions that couldn't make the list, such as Jackass Forever, On the Count of Three, The Banshees of Inisherin, Barbarian, Bodies, 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 Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Bullet Train, Avatar The Way of Water, Turning Red, and Tar. These were all movies that I definitely thought were good or great, but they just couldn't make the top 10. But enough of that, here are the top 10 best movies of 2022. The Batman was everything I wanted out of a superhero movie. It felt like Batman meets David Fincher's Seven with how it handles the dark nature of the mystery, like a genuine drama. Robert Pattinson's approach as Batman was awesome, the music was great, all of the cast was pretty great, the makeup for Colin Farrell is some of the best I've ever seen. It's just a unique approach to a comic book movie that feels fresh to the genre. While not the most unique horror film since it blatantly shows its inspirations, X was still an effective film with a fun set of characters, an interesting story, and crazy deaths. Mia Goth, Brittany Snow, Jenna Ortega, and even Kid Cudi all do a great job in this film. X was a reminder that good horror films are still being made. So happy to see Guillermo del Toro back on the list a year after he made my 2021 list with Nightmare Alley, and he's back with easily one of the most impressive animated films I've seen in a while. Beautifully animated with amazing character designs and a fantastic reinterpretation of the classic story, Guillermo del Toro and Mark Gustafson helmed this film with such admirable passion that shines so brightly when you watch the film. Definitely check this out on Netflix if you missed it. Probably the biggest surprise for me this year since I went into this without hearing any buzz from critics, The Woman King is an incredibly well-directed film with stellar performances from the entire cast, amazing production and costume design, impressive action sequences, and a story that captivated me in theaters. I could not take my eyes off the screen while watching this film. Unlike The Woman King, I went into this film hearing nothing but praise for Darren Aronofsky's The Whale, with many critics calling Brendan Fraser's performance the best of the year. And after watching the film, I completely agree. Fraser goes to such a deep level of artistry to depict a man's hardships and regrets. Hong Chow and Sadie Sink were great alongside Fraser, but there's just no doubt that Fraser steals the show. The film is well directed, it contains one of my favorite endings of the year. The Whale had people sobbing in the theater with how much emotion was poured into this. I really hope Fraser gets his first Oscar nomination with this. While not very successful in its theatrical run, I'm so happy to see Robert Eggers' third film see success in streaming, because if it wasn't The Witch or The Lighthouse that made you want to keep your eyes open for any film being made by Eggers, then The Northman is definitely the one. Amazing cinematography, lighting, and set locations, great performances by Alexander Skarsgård, Nicole Kidman, Ethan Hawke, Anya Taylor-Joy, and many others. This film proves that Eggers can make a great film with a high or low budget, and even with some studio interference, can still make a movie that stays within his expert style of filmmaking. A film that is so blatantly in your face with its themes for the sake of comedy, Triangle of Sadness was such a wild experience that never once felt predictable with its narrative. The ensemble cast worked so well together, whether the scene was comedic or dramatic. This film may not be for everyone, but I for one found it so compelling, and its exploration of wealth, class, and survival, while on the nose, were so well communicated. I thought it was a little strange how quickly Ty West came out with Pearl, but I actually found myself loving this more than X. I thought Mia Goth was pretty good in X, but here she is simply phenomenal. She's breathtaking and demands your attention with every single moment she's on screen. I love the homage to old cinema, the score was great, and the gore and horror in this felt a little more unique than X. It's a fascinating character study that was on my mind constantly throughout the year and makes me very excited for the next installment. Knives Out was not only one of my favorite movies from 2019, but has since become one of my favorite movies, period. So I was extremely hyped for another film where Benoit Blanc solves another crime, but I was also cautious. I'm happy to say that Glass Onion lived up to the hype with a brilliant ensemble of actors that fully dive into their characters and interesting mystery. Daniel Craig is just as brilliant as he was in Knives Out. Janelle Monáe and Edward Norton also give fantastic performances, but really the entire cast is just having a blast here. Glass Onion is a worthy installment after the amazing Knives Out, and I can't wait to see what mystery Benoit Blanc solves next. There is nothing this year that left me as speechless as Everything Everywhere All at Once did. Perfectly executed action, hilarious concepts, an insane screenplay, fantastic performances by Michelle Yeoh, Ke-Huy Quan, Stephanie Hsu, and Jamie Lee Curtis. But the thing that sticks with me the most about this film is the emotional roller coaster it takes you on with its themes of marriage, mother-daughter relationships, and the battle between optimism and nihilism. Everything Everywhere All at Once is also admirable for the fact that it was so successful just by word of mouth. It really goes to show just how amazing and impactful this movie was. And there we have it. Another year of movies has gone by, and I'm so excited to see what comes out in 2023. Thank you so much for watching, and just take care.